Hello and welcome back to Refle's Anime Reviews and Discussions. I'm Refle, and I have yet another Winter 2016 anime review. And this time, I'm going to be talking about Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Honestly, I got halfway through recording a review of this just like 5-6 minutes ago, and I accidentally let a spoiler slip. So I'm like, I'm just going to redo the whole thing. So I'm going to try to do better this time. Because the spoiler actually was a spoiler for me, too. So I'm kind of upset right now. But that's what I get for checking out Wikipedia. I usually have Wikipedia up or something like that. Just so I can remember character names and just kind of get a quick idea. Or just get information that I might lose off the top of my mind. And it cost me this time. But that's what I get. But anyways, Grimgar, A Fantasy of Ash. I actually didn't start watching it until probably like the 10th episode was already out. And I basically binge watched it in like 2 sessions. It basically is like a mixture of Sword Art Online with like, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? But like a more serious and grounded tone. And when I'm comparing those two, like I'll say that I like Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon quite a bit. I really like that show. And I think Sword Art Online kind of gets a bad rap. I don't think it's like the best of the best for sure, but I think people hate on it too much because I still think it's pretty good, even though I haven't finished actually watching it. But it's definitely like a more serious version of those two, where like a group of kids basically like appear in this fantasy world from like a tower, and they have sort of memories of, not really memories honestly, like brief like pieces in their minds of where they came from. But they honestly, like, they pretty much only know their name and like a few random things that just kind of randomly pop into their head at times. And definitely infers that we're probably from like our present day time or whatever. But they're in this fantasy world where there's magic, there's goblins, it's a fantasy world. You know what to expect. And they basically have to survive and just kind of make her way in this world. So I'm basically only going to name the main character, cause like if I start naming off supporting characters and I don't like name a certain few, then you're probably gonna get suspicious as to why I didn't name them. So I probably won't name them because I just don't want to lead you to a certain idea or whatever that maybe they don't last too long or something like that. Because there's a few characters that do die throughout the season. I don't really consider that a spoiler because you'll understand kind of. You would understand the show by that point because, like I said, it's very much focused on surviving this world, and it's very like this, very like grounded. It's a very grounded world, and we get a good sense of this in like the first 2 episodes, where basically this group, where I think there's like 6 of them. Might be 7. There might be more than that. Just kind of try to take down one little like goblin, and it's like this intense fight, and they get injured a lot. There's blood. There's like they're just trying to survive basically and make ends meet. But the main character is Haruhiro, and he's the thief of the group. Um, and he's very interesting. He's a well-rounded character. I think he's a good character, but he's very unsure of himself, if I can say that. Um, and like I think it's a good viewpoint of the show. With him, and there's a few other characters that I feel like it overall has a pretty good cast of characters that are interesting, and they have some good interactions with each other. There's probably only like one main character in the group that I don't like, and it's because he's annoying, and you'll figure out who that is pretty quickly. But like I said, basically the plot, we're just trying to survive in this world and kind of get better as a group, because they each hold like a role. There's a mage, there's a healer, there's a hunter, there's a knight, there's a tank, and I'm sure there's probably other roles you can play in a group. But it's very much inspired by like a RPG and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it's very grounded, and like it's a slow paced show, but in a way that isn't like boring. It's it's meant to be slow paced, but it does it very very well, and it's just like a nice. It's just very refreshing because it just doesn't like just blow through all of this content, and by the end of the season, you're kind of like, what's going on? Like, what's even going on? Like, it takes its time. I mean, there's just like a scene where they basically, like, they just like show like some trees blowing in the wind for like 15, 20 seconds. It's just the show just takes its time and it does it very well, and it works very very well with the show because it is so like grounded. And it has this awesome watercolor art style for all the backgrounds. That is, like I said, it's pretty awesome. It's very beautiful. Main characters themselves, I don't really think they're arts. They're like watercolored. They don't seem like it, but I could be wrong. But I don't think they are. But the backgrounds are pretty much all like watercolored, and it looks really really well. It looks really really good, not well. Um, is a really good soundtrack. I probably would say it has the best soundtrack of all the Winter 2016 anime. It has, I would say, is my favorite opening out of all the shows. I think Myriad of Colors or Myriad Colors Phantom World is pretty close as the best opening. Um, and by opening, I don't mean like first episode or whatever. I mean, I'm talking about like the opening, like the music and the I don't even know how to describe it. It's called an opening, I'm pretty sure. But I really like it a lot. And besides the opening itself, like the rest of like the music in the show, like fits it very well. It can be peaceful, it can be intense. Um, it's just really, really, really nicely done. And it has some good fight scenes. Like I said, it's very grounded. I've said grounded a lot. I know. But like it's not flashy combat, but it is still entertaining to watch. But overall, it's just watching this group of characters kind of like interact and survive because they're really struggling because they're not the best group at the beginning, and they can barely afford anything. But they slowly begin to get better and make progress. Um, and things do happen throughout. It can be a dark show, at times, but it's just good balance of being dark and just this beauty to it as well. There's some comedic moments throughout. Overall, it's just a really well balanced show. Anything else I can say? Like I said, it's really engaging throughout, and I would definitely be down for a season 2, which I wouldn't be. I would be surprised if it doesn't get another season because I would definitely be down for more, and I don't think a lot of people enjoyed it. It was 12 episodes long, I should point out. Yeah, anything else I could point out? I don't think so. But if I ever had to give it a rating out of 10, oh boy. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's very, very good. I feel like it has a lot of potential. And it could definitely, if season 2 improves, and like I feel like there's a lot of ways it could go after this first season if they do make another season. I'm very interested to see how they could do it or where they go with the show. But it has a lot of potential, and I very, very much enjoy the show. And it's one of the anime that I keep thinking about after the season. It stays in my mind. I always kind of think back to it. So it's definitely got a lasting impact on me, at least. Yeah, I actually, even though I would consider it like the third best of all the shows this season, I would highly recommend checking it out. Maybe not more of an Erase, but probably the second most. Like, if I had to recommend shows for you to watch, and you're probably like a average or casual viewer of anime, like Erased, I feel like is just overall like just it has a great story. You'll enjoy it, no doubt about it. And I think Grimgar, like, I think you'll enjoy it in a much different way, and I think you would like it. Like, if you're watching this and you're like really into anime, then you probably have already watched it. But I highly recommend it. It's really, really good, and yeah, it's a really beautiful show. Like, the art style is like, oh man, it looks really nice. And usually I'm not a big fan of like watercolor stuff, but it does it really well. Yeah. But I should be back with more winter 2016 reviews or maybe something else. And I don't know if I'm including any clips in this because I don't know. I probably will because I want to show off some stuff. But anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. If you have any comments about Grimgar, A Fantasy in Ash, or in Japanese, Hai to Ginso no Guru Mugararu Guri Mugaru, then let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I find it really fun to say the Japanese, or try to say it in Japanese, because I butcher it probably more than a chicken and a cow mixed together, and I just have a butcher's knife and just like whack at it. It's not a pretty sight. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you around later.